So number one lesson from this film, if an old woman tells you to stay on the road in a haunted forest, you stay on the damn road. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today, we're going to be talking about the film The Forest. This is a film starring Natalie Dormer of Game of Thrones, and this is actually the first film that I have seen her star in, and so that was exciting for me. She plays a woman named Sarah. She's looking for her twin sister Jess. She went into this forest, which is famous for being the suicide forest. Basically, people go in there when they decide that they want to take their own lives, and they rarely come out. And it's supposed to be haunted by these evil spirits. And because this is a horror film of sorts, she decides to go in and try to hunt down her sister, and we have our movie. I thought that Natalie Dormer did fine in the role. I didn't really have any issues with her performance. I thought that some of the scenes, or at least I guess the one scene, where they show her and her sister in the same scene together, they don't really do it as well as I might have liked them to have done it. Just because they show one sister and then like the behind of the other one, and then just kind of do that back and forth. And so they never show them actually in the same shot. And so with a film like Legend, which came out earlier this year, I really liked how they did, or I guess last year, I really liked how they did that with Tom Hardy and his brother, and just showing them in multiple scenes together, and it looked very realistic for the most part. I felt like they could have done that maybe just a little bit better. But this film does ultimately much more than horror films. So it focuses a lot on the characters, especially Natalie Dormer's character. They focus on her past, on her parents, kind of how they died, and the relationship that she's had with her sister. And this movie spends about the first hour focusing on these things before it gets to the horror aspects of the actual movie. And as it is an hour and a half long movie, I would have liked them to kind of speed it up, kind of like how they did with As Above, So Below, if I remember correctly. I would have liked them to just get to the forest as soon as possible, start diving in, creepy stuff starts happening, would have been all good. It just takes a very long time for them to actually get to this forest setting, and for even scary stuff to start actually happening that wasn't even shown in the trailers. That was a little disappointing. Like I said, I like that they decided to focus more on characters, as it is a horror film. That's kind of a rarity for it to do. But I would have liked to see them kind of dive more into the horror aspects as well. If they could have found a balance for those things, I think it would have worked a little bit better. There's also some shaky cam footage, especially when you got Natalie Dormer running away from scary stuff. Just more of when they're showing her from the back and running, and I don't know. It's not something that takes you out of the film necessarily, but it's just something that I noticed, and it could have been done better. Also, there are horror tropes like hell throughout this film. In regards to, basically, like I said in my intro, old woman tells Natalie Dormer, hey, if you're going to go into the forest, stay on the path, or else you are going to get lost and probably not get out. Guess what happens? And then she hears a weird noise. She's at a campfire. Oh, let's go investigate the noise with my iPhone flashlight. And it's just like, no, if I was in the situation, I would stay put. I would not move at all. It's just like, I know that this is how you have to move the plot along, and you have to put these characters in stupid situations, but it still bugs me when it happens, because like, you're not being smart right now. You seem like a smart person. Don't do dumb things. But once the scary stuff really does start to pick up in the last 30 minutes, the film actually gets really, really quite good, because there are a lot of twists which happen in regards to her and her male companion character who helps her out throughout the forest, and just revelations with her family and her sister, and things which are just really interesting, because a lot of the scares throughout this film are just in her mind, because that's something which is introduced at the very beginning of the movie, is that anything bad or out of the ordinary that you see, it's all happening in your mind. It's not real. And so the movie really plays on that, and she focuses on that a lot of time throughout this film, just reminding herself everything that she's seeing, it's not real, it's not happening. And so the very end of the film kind of takes that and really kind of twists it in a very interesting way to kind of slew together the ending. The ending I thought was actually quite satisfactory, and I actually enjoyed it quite a lot in those last 30 minutes. But overall, guys, I did actually end up enjoying The Forest. I thought that it built Sarah's character quite well in regards to establishing her relationship with her sister. It made it feel real, like she actually wanted to go out, find her sister, because they have this connection, this twin connection, where they can sense if the other one is in trouble. But I also would have liked to see the horror aspects of this film, which people are generally going to go to see, kind of start coming into play a little bit sooner. So that would have made the film a little bit better for me. Ultimately, I did enjoy it though. I thought it was a fine horror film. It's not going to win any awards, I don't think. It's not going to be my top 10 of 2016, probably. It's my number one right now because it's the first 2016 film I've seen. Guys, those are my thoughts on The Forest. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like the film as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, merry people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.